Is Bidenomics working? 9 indicators that show the consumers are going broke. Hello, this is Chart GPT today. You know that Joe Biden, President of the U.S., is touting his Bidenomics as is working. GDP is reasonable, 1 to 2%. The CPI is coming down to 3 to 4%, at least for the moment. And unemployment, yeah, they might say that it's reasonable. So things are really working good for Bidenomics. Well, here's 9 indicators that show that there's trouble on the horizon, especially for the U.S. consumer. So you can check out the description box for the base article of this. But we went a little further than the article and got some of these charts to take a look at these 9 indicators that are maybe off the beaten path indicators, but nevertheless may show a little bit different picture than Bidenomics is trying to tell us. Let's get into them here. First, we have the median household income adjusted for inflation and taxes running some 9% below where it was on April 20th. Now here's a chart. Of course, the red line here is the actual raw, and of course this is the blue line is inflation adjusted. It has come up, but that doesn't include the taxes on this. So if you actually include the taxes, that statement may actually be true. Looking at the credit card balance sheets, we can see that it just passed the $1 trillion mark, so everybody is going broke on their credit cards. They're charging up. That's passed, and it's really skyrocketed here in the last year or two. It's indicating people are charging the inflation on their credit cards. Number 3 here is average rate of interest on the credit card balance is over 20%. You can see that it's kicked up. Of course, that's with the Fed rising interest rates. We can see that some of these rates is as high as 28%, depending on the type of card. You can check out the details there. And with the consumer under pressure here, we can see that the delinquency rate of credit cards is rising. It hasn't been this high. We had since the COVID, and if you go back many decades here, you can see that people are in trouble with their credit cards on a percentage basis. So that's troublesome for the consumer. Here's the thing that's kind of an eye popper here, that the number of Americans that are making emergency withdrawals from their 401k plans are surging. You can see here on the chart that's that dark blue line. So people are panicking and using their 401ks, which is not good for the future. So that's number 5. Number 6, of course, this backs into the housing situation, which is about a third of what people spend. So it's a very big concern. We can see mortgages up over 7% now and coiling up to go even higher if the Fed continues its interest rate policy. And yet, the single-family price homes for new ones is stalling here at high, but so you have high mortgage rates and high prices, and so that means that the getting into a new home for someone is going to be somewhat price prohibitive there. Then we get into the renters. The rent-to-income ratio has been over 30%, so here we go here, and it's the highest it's been since decades. So the rent costs are astronomical along with the housing prices, so people are feeling that pain. Here's another odd one here, number 8, which is the cost of car repairs. It's they say here it's 20%, but on this chart it only goes to 21. But you can see that it's been rising rapidly. So people are, when they do repair the cars, and people are holding on to their cars longer, it's getting more expensive. So here's another troublesome for the consumer. And of course, here's one that a lot of people talk about. 69% of all U.S. customers that have lived in urban areas are currently living paycheck to paycheck. This only goes to 2022, but it's at 66.5. That's the red line there. Now that's rising even higher. So this probably boils down to what they call stagflation. You know, the GDP is nominal. 1 to 2% is certainly not great. Unemployment, it's rising a little bit. There's a few data points we didn't necessarily mention in this, but they're rising just a little bit. And the demand is falling. And of course, inflation is still there. So it gets into what we call stagflation. We asked the AI, it says, what do you think the top indicators for the consumers are? You can read that in the description box on the post link and give us your take. Is Bidenomics working or not on the poll? Don't forget to subscribe.